What's going on? Peace, love, harmony, and light. I know it's been a minute. Let me make sure I have some sound. Give me a second while I give you guys some time to tune into this live feed. It's been a while since the Chief been live. Okay, good. I think I need to know well, I'm gonna check to see if you guys could hear me. Uh Man, I wanna see how I could respond to stuff. What's going on here? How come my chat is not on? Okay. I need to know if you guys can hear me while I give you guys some time to tune into this live feed. Uh hey, what's up, Jonathan? What's up? What's up? Peace and love, peace and love. I need to know if you guys could hear me. So can anybody from the chat let me know what's up? For some reason, okay, there we go. Live chat. Okay. Live chat is on. Alrighty, but how come I can't respond to that? What's going on here? All messages are visible. Okay, that's cool. All right, you could hear me. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'm trying to see like if I could respond to any of the. All right, great. So you know what? It seems like I can't type on here, so I don't know why. But anyway, it is what it is. So I decided that I was gonna do a live video. I know it's been a minute, but I've been busy, extremely busy, working hard on behalf of our nation members and putting in some real serious work, like for real, for real, for real. But I say, you know what? Let me just do a live feed tonight and do a Q&A, a Q&A. It's time to build, man. I really don't have the time for tearing down and breaking our people down. I'm about building, uplifting the people, and that's what I'm gonna always continue to be about. All right. So like I said, this is a live feed, a Q&A with Chief Kalinago. Let's keep it respectful. I'm not gonna get into any, nonsensical topics. This is serious business. The state that our people are in right now is real serious. So for people who have some serious questions, okay, I'm going to take a few questions tonight and let's build. This is what this is about. We are living in a beautiful time. Like I said before, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful time. It's a beautiful time to be alive. And we are going to see a lot of changes. We are going to see a lot of things improve. Yes, we are going to see some of the same that's been going on, but for the most part, we are going to see a lot of things change. All right. And I'm ready to build. So like I said, anybody have any questions? Let's get into this. I know it's a little late on a Sunday night, but I know you guys don't go to sleep just like me. So let's get this. Hey, Omar, what's up? Peace and love. Jazzy, what's up? Dwayne Cruz, what's going on? A lot of blissful thoughts. I try to stay away from the B lessons, but blissful thoughts. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Man, where do I even start? Like I said, a lot has transpired. I'm certainly sure you guys are aware of what took place a few months ago. We're not even going to get into that because, like I said, I really don't have time for the negativity. All right. But however, it's time to move on. It's time to move on. It's time to, to build. That's what I'm about, building. Okay, building, taking things to the next level. All right. Now, I've been doing videos about peace and love, living soul journey. I've been doing videos about our people, getting into their rightful status. That's very important. Very, very, very important because the so-called Black and African Americans in this country called the United States are nationless. Okay, they have no true identity. All right, peace and love, Star Strike. So it's very important that our people realize what's going on. Okay? Things are changing. Things are changing, and they are changing for the best for those who are going to position themselves truly. Okay? Things are going to change for the best. But for those who continue to stay asleep, things will continue to get worse for them. All right? Pamela, Denise, peace and love, peace and love. So it's very important that people wake up to what's really going on. So shoot away. Questions. I'm ready. Let's do this. All right. You see the feathers, right? You always got to represent 24/7. You always got to represent. Being a true American, original American, AKA American Indian, you always have to represent. You always have to represent. You see, this is the identifier right here. It didn't matter where we went in the world, our ancestors had their feathers on. You got to have it. You got to represent. That's just the bottom line. This thing has to be in your heart. It has to be in your mind. It has to be in your soul. Now, seeing that no one has any questions as yet, a few people have been hitting me up and asking about how can they trace their lineage? How can they get in touch with their ancestry? And for me, the best advice I could give based on my experience is talking to family members, especially your elders. Now, you have to realize that a lot of our elders are still dealing with the trauma. They are still dealing with the trauma, so it may be uncomfortable for a lot of the elders to talk about us being the so-called American Indians. Okay? Because back in those days, calling yourself an Indian got you killed. That is just the truth. So a lot of our elders are afraid, they are still afraid to talk about us being Indians. However, with a little patience and time, I'm certainly sure they will tell you that our great grandmothers, mothers, etc., we were and we are the Indians. Okay? Because I've literally ran across some people that their family had never told them about us being Indians. But once they started probing, they started asking questions. The elders started coming out and telling them, yes, we are the Indians. So that's one way you could do that. Okay. And I mean, never think that your elders or your relatives don't know. Somebody knows something. So you have to keep asking, you have to keep seeking, you have to keep searching. All right. So going through the family, the older generations is one way. Another way is going to the churches that your great grandparents went to. They held on to records because remember that religion was forced on our people. Okay? Every aspect of religion was forced on our people. So therefore, when you go to those churches, especially the Baptist churches, you will realize that they have records. And what's happening right now, a lot of different ethnicities are buying those churches and they are hiding those records. So I suggest you go to those old churches and see if you could find death certificates, marriage certificates, and birth certificates and baptism certificates from those churches. And it may have some information in terms of nationality or ethnicity on that information. So that's another way, going through the church. Another way is going to vital statistics in your area where you are at. Okay, where your grandparents or the elders in your family, where they were born. Go into vital statistics and getting some of that information. Now, you may be able to get some information from the census, but that's a little bit iffy. It's a little like, I would say 50-50. 50-50 because they play a lot of games with the census. All right. So it is not 100%, but you can get some information on there. So those are some of the ways that you could trace your lineage. Another way is, I know a lot of people say, well, they cannot really depend on a DNA test. Well, this is what I have to say about DNA. If it's one of the mainstream DNA tests, I have a problem with them. If it's mainstream, one of the commercialized ones. But if you could do a private DNA test, then that could also help. All right. And the reason why I'm saying a DNA test is because nobody could say that DNA test is not reliable or it don't work, because I could debunk that really easy. Okay. Typical example. If you commit a crime and there's a crime scene and the police, detectives, whoever, they come on the scene and they found your DNA, only your DNA on that scene, that is enough to send you to jail or give you life in prison. Depends on the crime. So DNA does work. Okay. Another example, for if somebody have a child and they want to know if the child is theirs, they could take a DNA test and they say that it's 99.99.99% accurate. So how are you going to tell me a DNA cannot work when it comes to your lineage? Now, it may not tell you exactly what tribe or people that you are from, but however, it can tell you whether you are an American Indian or not, based on the people that they have already tested in different areas. I know that for a fact. So that's another way that you could trace your lineage. However, I wouldn't suggest doing it with one of the commercialized DNA testing facilities, because if you look at anything, they will tell you it's for entertainment purposes. So be very mindful of that. DJ Money said, I have pending jail time. Should I be turning myself in at a time like this? It's only 40 days county jail. What should I do? My spirit is heavy. Well, DJ Money, it depends. To me, it depends on what they want. What crime or what alleged crime did you commit? I can't really just answer that like that, because I don't know the severity of what you're going through or what you did or supposedly did. Okay, so I would have to know a little more details. Certain situations, it depends, because you see, a lot of times what they call a crime is not really a crime. They're just statutes and codes and ordinances that they say people break, and they call them crimes. Those are not crimes. Okay. The only time a crime is really committed is when you have harmed another man or woman, or you damage somebody's property. And even within law, there must be a remedy. Okay, so again, it depends. My email is in the link below. If you want to, discuss that on a private, basis, then I'm open for that as well. So that's the best information I could give you on that. Peace and love. I'm American Butterfly. All right. So again, we are living in a beautiful time. All right, a beautiful time, because things are changing. I personally believe that this country, what you call the United States of America, I think they are moving forward towards what's called the republic that it has always been. Okay, a lot of people think that a democratic form of government is the best. Well, the truth of the matter is it's not. Okay, because this is the concept of a democratic government. You have the majority. So you have 41 to 59. Okay, no, 49. So it's 51 to 49. So therefore, if I think that's what it is, right? If I'm not mistaken, 41 and 59 is 100, right? Yeah. So it's basically 51 to 49. So therefore, the majority always wins. So whatever the majority says, the minority has to do. And sometimes it may not work in the best interest of the so-called minority. So therefore, a democratic form of government is the worst form of government, period. Keep that in mind. Okay? A democratic form of government is where you get privileges, but those privileges could be taken away. It could be taken away. So you have to be very mindful of the politics or the politricks that they are playing on you, making you think you have rights, making you think that you're choosing, but you are not. The decisions are already made for you. Being a Democrat or having a democratic or a democratic system is the worst form of government. A Republican form of government is where each man and woman have the right to self-govern themselves, where everyone respect each other. When the only time a crime is committed is when you have harmed another man or woman, okay? Or you have damaged somebody's property. And even then, within law, there must be a remedy. But the reason why they don't have a Republican form of government right now is because people don't know how to act. You see, they need policies, hence the word police. So because you have policies or policies, you need the police to enforce the policies because you don't know how to act like a man and a woman in public. So they have to create a police society to give you policies so they can control your lives. But the truth of the matter is, a Republican form of government, a republic is the best form of government if you were to choose. But even with Democrat and Republic, right now they are both playing the same games. And when I say a Republican form of government, I am not talking about the Republican Party. That's not what I'm talking about. Okay, I am talking about the organic, when they had the organic constitution, when the constitution was written for the United States of America and not of the United States of America. It's two different things. All right. He said, Jonathan says, if I may ask, do you happen to know about the event that is being talked about a lot? I'm not sure what event you're talking about. The truth of the matter is I don't watch TV. And the reason why I don't watch TV is because it's too many distractions. That's number one. There is nothing on there for me to elevate myself, elevate my mind. So I don't look at TV. So I have no idea. And plus, it's just so much going on. That's not a benefit to me. I figure, why pay attention to it? It's just a distraction. So I rather stay focused and study. I study at least 17 to 18 hours a day. If I'm not studying, I'm doing work, okay, on behalf of our nation. All right. So I'm always doing things to uplift myself. So I'm sorry, I can't comment on what's being talked a lot about. I have no idea. Maybe you might want to shed some light on that. Omadi said, what's the most memorable interaction you have gotten from someone recognizing you as an American Indian? Hey, peace, Cameron. For me, it was one day I was on the train, okay? I was on the number 4 train, and I'm always wearing my, like I said, my headpieces, right? And I think I have the video on YouTube, but an Egyptian woman, you know, she came on the train, well, at least the new version of the Egyptian woman, she came on the train, you know, a pale sister, and she was asking for directions, and nobody seemed to be giving her any information. So I told her, you know, what stop she should get off at. And when she turned around, she saw me, and literally the woman got in tears. And I started feeling embarrassed. I thought I said something wrong. She was like, "You're an American Indian." I said, yes. She said, well, she went down on her knees in the train, a crowded train, got down on her knees and started crying and saying, thank you, thank you. You know, you are the original people of the land, and your people welcome my people and welcome my family. If it wasn't for you, I would be back in Egypt, starving, hungry. And she was very thankful. And I was about to pick her up, but the ancestor said, no, okay, let her give us the honor. Don't take that away from us. Let the people see what's happening. Let them know how great we are. So after she subbed some more, I picked her up and I said, it's okay, you are welcome. And I asked her if she could literally say that on video, and she said it on video again. So that to me was one of the most memorable, experiences. It was so real that I've been through, or I went through, as being who I am, an original American, aka an American Indian. What has been happening lately is when I walk the streets, I realize that the police, they salute, and that has been happening lately. Also, I've been getting a lot of attention from a lot of Mexicans. They are acknowledging who I am. The only problem is the people who look like me, they always think I'm crazy. They look at me, oh, look at this crazy man. He think he's an Indian. And that's the sad part about it. But fortunately for me, other people know who we are, and they acknowledge it in the streets. And some of our people kind of see that. So I hope it's making the impact. Because like I tell people, I am one of the pioneers who has been doing videos on YouTube, telling people that we are the original people. We are the Indians. And everybody thought I was crazy. Now look, it's like literally the thing to be now, So I'm really happy that I stuck with it, stuck with the truth, telling our people the truth about who we are. All right. Peace, El Sheba, peace and love, greetings. So anybody else, have any questions? Because like I said, the break, from all the negativity that transpired, and literally get down to do some more work, and the work is just beginning, doing some great, great, great things, and as I tell people, you could see my face. All right, you know what I look like. People send me texts, they send me emails, and I always respond. Okay, how many people can you say that about? You don't even know what they look like. All right, all I'm just saying, you have to recognize real. When you see real, that's all I gotta say. All right. But if you have any more questions, this is a Q&A. I'm certainly sure you guys have lots of questions. Where all the people that's been hating on my videos, talking all that junk. I mean, now is your chance to ask me questions. Ask me questions. Because there are a lot of haters out there. So ask me questions. As long as it's respectful, I will give you an answer. Let's get to this. But like I said in the prior video that I did, next year, 2019, will be the 400th year of this supposed slavery. But once again, may I reiterate, that slavery wasn't a physical slavery. Okay, it wasn't. All right, that slavery was a mental slavery. Mental. Okay, so now you have to elevate your mind, free yourself mentally, and then the physical body will follow. All right. Hey, Vortex Media, peace and love, brother. All right. Beal Hampton said, how would you go about doing a dossier? Well, first of all, everybody needs to know what a dossier is. Okay. A dossier is a list of compiled information on a certain individual. The police, the FBI, the CIA, the government, a school, your job, they all have dossiers on you. Now, the only thing is, their dossier, they presume and assume who you are. Now, it's your duty to create your own dossier so that you could let them know who you are. So how would you go about doing a dossier? Well, you have to know who you are and how to formulate your document. People do dossiers differently. So it depends on what you want to say in your dossier, but literally it's putting these people on notice as to who you are. Okay? And you are just proving who you are from your family lineage. And also you could put information in there to show that they need to respect your rights as a man or a woman who is an original American. So I hope that answers your question. All right. But basically is just information on you that you want the world to know. So that's what your dossier is. All right. And for all those who are interested in getting their dossiers together, my email is in the link below. It's a service that I provide, so y'all could hit me up. And like I said, it's time for decolonization. It is time to get your status in order. All right. It is time to put the world on notice as to who you are. All right. Another question was, are you going to continue doing classes? Yes. Pretty soon. Like I said, I've been doing a lot, and I will resume classes really soon. So that's definitely in the future, in the near future, I believe. Okay. Indigenous Lineage says, I know you talked about taking our kids. Well, I never said kids, I said children, because goats have kids, but I'm going to continue reading. I have two boys who have IPS. My oldest son has autism, and my second son has a learning disability. Should I keep them in school? Well, for me, if you were to ask me that, I would say for me, I would take my own advice and I would homeschool my own children, because only me know my children and how to deal with my children. A lot of times these people diagnose our children, okay, based on their standards, so that they could poison them and inject them with poisons. But I'm telling you, there is natural herbs for everything. There is natural herbs for everything. We actually have a master herbalist that's part of our nation. Okay, so if you want to send an email, contact me in the email and I could connect you with the master herbalist. Very funny, right? A lot of people trying to get to, my master herbalist, to turn him against me. That's so funny. A brother I've been dealing with, my brother, okay, for over 20 something years. Oh, that's so funny. You people are very funny. You haters are really funny. But you know what? I'm going to continue to stay positive. Cameron says, how do you get past those genealogical roadblocks? I know my father's side, but not my mother's as such. I have gone back to 1790 with the 6th and 7th generation mother's husbands. He was a Frenchman. Well, you see, the thing is this. When they say they made us extinct, what they mean is this. They never made us extinct physically. They made us extinct on paper. It's called paper genocide. So if you have enough information that any one of your elders in your family said that you are an original American, aka American Indian, then that's good enough, because our oral history holds more credence in court than that piece of paper. Because you see, a trick was played on us. They literally killed us on paper. It's called paper genocide. So the further back you try to go, you will run into roadblocks. So literally all you need is your family oral history telling you who you are. And then if you were to do any type of document, all you need is 2 or 3 witnesses to sign as a witness, notarize it, and there you go. It's as good as gold. It is as good as gold, because they know who we are. So my thing is, they need to prove to me that they are Americans before I have to prove it to them, because they know when they came here, they found the copper-colored races. Okay, so it's great to look into your lineage, and yes, please do. But if you run into a roadblock, try to go more into meditation and ask the Most High, ask the Creator, ask the Great Spirit, ask the ancestors to guide you. But if you have a few elders that tell you who you are, then that's all you need, because before they came, we never had this paper stuff. We never had this DNA stuff. All we had was our oral history. Our great-grandmother always knew who her great-grandchildren was. We didn't need any piece of paper for that. So let us not change anything. Oral history is very important in our culture, at least in our culture. Okay, I hope that makes sense. My apologies. Oh, no, it's okay, Jonathan. It's all right. The info that has been shared is shifting from the third to the fifth dimension. Not really sure about if I need to discover more. Well, what I would say is this, okay? The whole process or the whole purpose of manifesting here on earth is so that we could go back into perfection. Okay, we came from perfection. We came from perfection. We came into a world that's imperfect. In other words, we came to learn things that's opposite of us. So we came into an imperfect world to experience imperfections, or what they call imperfections, so that we could graduate back into that perfect state. However, we sign contracts where if we keep missing the mark, in other words, if we cannot graduate, just like school, you will repeat, which is called reincarnation. So that's why I don't feed into negativity. That's why I'm always vibrating on a high frequency. That's why I choose to stay righteous. That's why I choose to do the right thing. Because so as a man or a woman thinketh in their mind, so, or in their hearts, so are they. So people could fool people, but they can't fool themselves. They cannot fool the Creator. And to me, I take that very seriously, because I tend to move more in the spirit than the flesh. So I'm always aware of my actions, my thoughts, my intentions. All right, so I hope that makes sense. I would like your email for natural herbs. The email is in the link below. The email is in the link below, so send me an email and I could definitely connect you to the master herbalist. All right. But once again, brothers and sisters, and I am saying brothers and sisters, to be, as a general term. But one thing I've realized is this: not everybody who look like me is my brother or my sister. I know that for a fact. Even some of you that's watching this video right now, okay, y'all know what I'm talking about. All right, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all be acting a little sideways sometimes, but you know what? I'm not going to stress it, because I realize that our people are hurt. They don't know who to trust. Our people are damaged, and people have to realize this: before we move on, we have to start the process of healing. We have to start the process of healing. Okay, it's like being hurt in a relationship where it got so bad. All right. And then even before you took the time to heal, here you are rushing into another relationship, taking that same garbage into another relationship and expecting it to work. It's not going to work. It is not going to work, because you haven't taken the time to heal. Everybody think they got to be with somebody. Everybody think they got to be in somebody. Everybody think they got to have somebody in them. No. You have to take some time to purify yourself. You have to take some time to heal. Where is that spiritual healing? Get back in touch with yourself. Learn to love yourself again before you could make an attempt to love anybody else. It's okay to be alone sometimes. It's okay to be alone sometimes. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing whatsoever. Take some time to learn yourself, date yourself, court yourself. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. It is time for us to heal as a people. If you realize we are the only ethnic group that's, when we have any type of internal situations, whether it may be a disagreement or whatever a conflict, we are the only ones who take it and put it on social media. At least based on what I've seen. Other ethnic groups, they work out their situations internally, because they realize they don't want the world to see them fighting each other. So let me ask you a question. What's wrong with our people? Why every time a brother or a sister, or sister and sister, brother and brother, sister and brother, brother and sister, whenever there's a disagreement or a conflict, why can't it be worked out internally? Why do you have to take it into the public and make a mockery out of yourself? You see, hurt people do things like that. Damaged people do things like that. And that's why it's so easy to infiltrate our people, because the divide and conquer is so real. It is very, very real. Dwayne asked, what do you think about taking hummus? I think I've heard of that. I think I ate it. I like it. I like it. If it's something that's like a spread where you could put on a sandwich or something like that, I think I've had that before. I've had that before, and it tastes good. It tastes good. All right. So that's all I could say. Because you know what? The first time I had it, I had never eaten it before. I had never tasted it, and I just didn't know if I was gonna like it. But when I tried it, I liked it. I don't know what are the health benefits. I really don't know, but the taste was cool to me. Peace, brother Akayano, Dana, Dan, Dada. Peace and love to each and every one of you once again. So, like I said, this is a Q&A. You know, hey, the chief is live and direct here in person. You get to see my face, okay? You get to text me, you get to call me, you get to send me emails, all right? I am here, live in person, for real, okay? But yes, brothers and sisters, it's very important that you get your affairs in order. You have to. It's very, very important, okay? I was talking about, the last video I spoke about having the true riches. The truth of the matter is, the true riches is in the land. And our people still own the majority of the land. Don't let them fool you. Don't let them fool you. Our people still own the majority of the land. Now you have to ask yourself the question, how is that slaves, well, so-called slaves, what they said, own the majority of the land? You have to ask yourself logical questions. We still own the deeds to the land. Now, some of them may have titles to the land, but they don't have the deed. The only people that could own land in America are Americans. And that's fact. Okay? So stop falling for the trickery. We have always been here. This is our home. Question, have you ever had olive leaf extract? I just ordered a liquid bottle. No, I never had that. I can't say that I have. You know, I'm not even sure what the health benefits are, but I know olive oil is really good, which I use. But that's something to look into, you know, the olive leaf extract. Hey, Pamela, let me know how it works for you. Let me know. Because I make a strong effort to eat healthy. You know, I try not to eat junk. You know, once in a while, it depends on, you know, what I'm dealing with and how much work I've done. If I'm in overload, sometimes I want to treat myself, and once in a while, I'll have a snack that I think may not be that healthy, but then I'll have to work it out. You know, I just started back getting into my workout, started doing some pull-ups and push-ups and stuff like that. So getting ready for the warm weather, you know. Yes, the hair is growing, as you could see. I carried a bald head for many, many years because it was a choice. You know, a lot of people think I didn't have hair. That was just a choice. But I'm growing out my hair. I was growing the sides, but I kind of shaved it, trying to get back the mohawk effect. But yes, I'm growing back the hair. All right, all right. So I mean, come on, man. I mean, I'm ready for questions. What's up? Don't be afraid to ask the questions now. So many people had how many questions y'all had? Now we got a Q&A. Let's do this. Let's do this, man. Let's build. All right, let's build. Let's build. Okay. So, like I said, it's important that you get your affairs in order. And I said this in a video earlier. A lot of people are trying to get reparations. A lot of people are trying to get what's called reparations, but they are trying to get reparations as Black people and African Americans. You cannot get reparations that way, because once you are under that status, you are property. Okay, you are slaves. Slaves cannot own property. That's just a fact. So you are wasting your time. The only way to get back your birthright is to get back into your proper status. Once again, it's like a dog. A dog who lost its bone, or its bone was taken away from it, and the dog is trying to retrieve its bone. But after 400 years, the dog is coming talking about meow. The dog is literally thinking it's a cat. How are you going to get back your bone when you were thinking you were a cat? It's the same thing with our people. They are the original people. We are the American Indians, but they're going around calling themselves Black, African Americans, all these different names, and expect to get back what's theirs. You're not going to get it back. You are not going to get it back. So you have to get your affairs in order, and then you put in your claim. That's it. It's that simple. But yet still it's that difficult. Now, you could put in a claim individually. You could, okay? But I believe, personally, I believe we could accomplish more if a few of us get together and make this thing happen, okay? And it's not going to take a lot of us. Actually, it's not. Just 144,000, all right? Jonathan said, yes, I appreciate you, Chief, and your existence. As everyone, I appreciate that, and thank you. You know, like I tell people, you know, I do this for real. You know, I have always been 110, 150% in everything I do. Everything I do, all right? I come and I give my all. I absolutely do that, all right? This just feels right. Peace, none, peace and love. Damn, I thought you were in jail. Jail. Man, listen, I'm not a criminal, all right? I've never been to prison, all right? So I'm just taking a break. I'm just taking some time out to take care of myself, all right? So Omar says, what do you study? I study anything that elevate me, but more so, I've been studying a lot of law, a little bit of, you know, the legal system. You know, getting an understanding of the games that they are playing, because people don't realize that it's a game. This is a game. And a lot of us are playing games that we don't understand. If you don't know how to play basketball, you shouldn't be on a basketball court. If you don't know how to play tennis, you shouldn't be on a tennis court. So if you don't understand the legal system, why are you going to court? Why? It's a game. And if you can't play the game, a couple of things are going to happen. You are either going to pay a fine or you're going to go to jail. You are always going to lose because you don't know how to play. So I study how to play so that I could always have a chance of winning. And thus far, I have been winning because I'm learning how to play the game very, very well. So that's what I've been studying. A lot of law, finding ways on how to assist my fellow man and woman, you know, assisting them with child support situation, assisting them with tax situation, assisting them when people, the schools or ACS trying to take their children, you know, assisting them with moving violations, tickets and all that stuff. You know, that's what I do. All right. So like I said, the email is below. Time to put in this work. Let's make this thing happen. Exactly what happened with Darkman and you. I've done videos on that before. I'm not going to get into that. Like I said, it was some negative energy that slipped into our nation. We had to get rid of them, and we got rid of them, and that was that. Okay, as you could see, I am here. My face is always seen. People could call me, people could text me, people could email me, and I'm always responding. I'm not sure if you could say that for everybody else, all right? But I just want you to know I'm always 110% with what I do. I always show proof of everything that I do, okay? Always. Where is the deed? Somewhere in our family documents or just in theory. In my case, my family on both sides say we have Indian, but none know enough. They tend to know more about the European side. Well, it is the educational system. And as long as you hear that you have a little Indian in you, that's just a clue. It is a clue to tell you you are the Indian. Because remember, our elders back in the days, whenever you said you were an Indian, you got killed because they had to beat the Indian out of us. So once again, oral history is enough for me. If my grandmother told me who I was, who is a Caucasian man to come into my land and tell me that's not who I am? I'm just going to leave it as that. We are not foreigners in our land. We are not immigrants. They are the true immigrants, not us. This is our land. So don't get it twisted. Let them know that. Okay? None says law is the key. It's always been about law since the beginning. Yes, it's always been about the law. You see, you had the LORE. LORE was the spoken law. The law that the Creator, the Most High, put in the hearts and the minds of men and women. That is the LORE. Look it up. It's actually a word. LORE, law. That is the spoken law. We have always had that. We never used to write laws down. It was spoken. But then they said that Moses, the allegorical Moses, went to the mountain and got the laws, and it was written in stone, and it became LAW, which is the written law. But the law has always existed. The law, the true organic law, common law, is the natural law of the land. Everything else is quasi courts. Okay? They're fictitious, they're not real. And they are dragging our people into these fictitious venues because they have created a fictitious person from the birth certificate. They created a fake individual, okay, in capital letters. So when you go to a court, that is who they are abusing. They are not abusing the man and woman. They are abusing that fictitious entity in a fictitious court. So like I said, you are playing a game you don't understand, and you will lose because they have been playing it for a very long time. So you have to learn the game. All right? What did we used to write with feathers? Law. Well, like I said, we spoke the law. The law, the Creator, the Most High, the Great Spirit placed the laws in our hearts and our minds. Okay? And as time advanced, I guess we started, devolving, so to speak. We started turning our backs away from the truth, what's natural, the Creator, the Most High. So we had to write those laws down because we got into a state of forgetfulness. But the law has always been around. Okay? Oma asked, do you believe in soulmates? Well, I believe in souls, yes. So therefore, I believe in soulmates. Yeah. A lot of us are actually soulmates because once you tend to be on the right frequency, that's a sign of having a soulmate or being a soulmate. A lot of times people think soulmates are just for romance or to be romantically involved. No, a soulmate could be just two souls, okay, that's in sync with each other, okay, to do anything that they agree on or they came here to accomplish. So to me, at least, that's what I believe soulmates are. Okay, soulmates is not always about romance. People think when they say soulmates, you're my soulmate, they have to think about a romantic relationship. No, it doesn't necessarily happen that way all the time. A soulmate could just be somebody that you have a lot in common with, somebody you are in the right frequency with, somebody that you have a lot of synergy with. Okay, those are also clues that you have found a soulmate. All right, so I hope that makes sense. All right, so we here. I know it's a little late, and I am gonna, do a few more live videos, because like I said, I had to take some time off, putting in a lot of work, for our nation members, to secure our nation members. We had to purge out a lot of energies. A few people left. Great, perfect. Thank you so much, for leaving. I appreciate that, because your energy wasn't right. So good. Thank you. You did us a favor. So thank you very much. But the group that's in our nation right now, we are very close knit. We love each other, and we are working together, and we are building, and we're doing a lot of great things. All right. Gregory said you missed my question. Gregory, I'm not sure. Oh, okay. You say we must get out affairs. I guess you meant our affairs in order. What are the steps we need to take to make that happen? Well, first, every individual, whether it may be a man or a woman, has a right to a nationality. Okay, they have a right to belong to a community or a nation. So that's what it means by getting your affairs in order. What's your nationality? What nation do you belong to? Are you going to continue to walk around being Black and African American, being nationless, so that they could abuse you, okay, as much as they want to, and not be held responsible because you are not considered a living man or woman? You are considered 3/5 of a human. So that's what I mean by getting your affairs in order. Okay, what nation do you belong to? Okay, what's your nationality? That's what I mean. All right, getting your status in order, getting yourself right. All right, that's what, and I didn't see the question, so my apologies on that, but thanks for reminding me. Okay, anybody else, any more questions? And once again, may I reiterate, I get a lot of questions like this all the time. Well, Chief, I hear about these forms, this UCC forms, and all these different forms, and this S1 F81 form, and all this. Man, the truth of the matter is, you don't have to fill none of these things out, man. You don't have to. Okay, those forms are not yours. You didn't create it. It's not yours. You don't have to fill it out. I'm gonna give you a simple clue. If it wasn't around before the colonizers came to our land, you don't need it. You really don't. Okay? All you need to be is who you are. Okay? And create your own documents and put them on notice. It is that simple, but yet still it's that difficult. Now, when you create your documents and you put them on notice, it is up to them to acknowledge it. Not that you're looking for permission. You're not looking for permission. But it would be great if they are honorable men, because they are the public servants, meaning that we are the public and they are our servants, so we are the masters. It would be great if they honor our notices. However, it is your duty to create your own documents or have somebody create it for you, all right? And then put these people of the world on notice. So that's what it means to get your affairs in order. All right. Will says, Forreston says, Chief, thank you for your hard work on work. So in order for us to our affairs in order, where do we start? Just like I said, finding out who your family is, finding out, your ties to the American continent. Okay, go back and start asking your family questions, relatives. Okay, if relatives don't know, find, friends of relatives. Somebody may have known your grandmother and she knew that your grandmother was telling them stories about being Indians, or your grandfather. Go talk to people, talk. You never know who know what until you start opening up your mouth. So that's how you start looking into your lineage. All right. And I also mentioned a few other ways in the video, so you could go back and listen to it and, work on that. All right. And I tell people, yes, you could probably find some paperwork, which is great. that proves that you're an American Indian. However, because of the paper genocide, they made us extinct on paper. The further back you go, okay, it seems like you will run into a stumbling block. So we cannot, you know, really, really depend on that too much. So that's why I stress our oral history is more important than that piece of paperwork. All right. But if you have both, that would be great. That's a plus. All right. Um, peace, jellyfish, 777, peace and love, peace and love. So I hope that answered your question. All right. But we have to get things together. I cannot stress enough. Turn these televisions off. Why pay a cable bill? You don't need to be paying a cable bill. The truth of the matter is this. These people are going to put so much pressure on you where they're going to be raising your rent, because that is the whole key of gentrification. Brooklyn is being taken over right now by colonizers, by immigrants. Okay? Because gentrification is real. So now rent is going up. Okay? They're making things so difficult for you to live in your own neighborhood. So now they're forcing you to move out. But remember, every disappointment is something blissful in disguise, because they are putting so much pressure on you. They're going to force you to go back to the land, which is what we need to do. You see, our ancestors are calling us back to the land. Nature is calling us back to her. The Most High is calling us back into nature. And the only time things are going to change is when you look into our neighborhoods and you see that the stores are being owned by people who look like us. Our people, take it, too freely to support everybody else except their own. When it comes to their own, they always want something free. They always want something free. Oh, let me get the hookup. Oh, well, you ain't supposed to charge me. I ain't supposed to pay, but you pay the Chinese, you pay the Koreans, you pay the Japanese, you pay the Arabs, you even pay the Africans. But whenever it comes to, one of us, it's always a problem. You want it for free. Oh, you should be doing it for free. No, man, it don't work that way, man. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. Okay? It don't work that way. Yes, I truly appreciate and respect your hard work already to make the jump to freedom, whatever the cost. Like I said, and a lot of times it don't cost a lot. I know people out there charging people $1,000, $700, $15, $25, even $3,000 to do things they don't even need to do. They are taking advantage of people's vulnerability. And to me, that's very sad. That's very sad. It don't cost a lot to do this. It really don't. I'm being very, very, very honest. It don't. However, I do believe that people should get time. People should get compensated for their time. Okay? Because everybody else does. So why cheat somebody else because you feel they owe you something when they don't? Nobody owes anybody anything. People do things because they have love for their people, but their people should have love for them in return to reciprocate. Life is not always a one-way street. You see what I'm saying? There has to be some form of balance. All right? But it don't cost a lot to get it together. All right. Any more questions? Any more questions? Any more questions? Yes, we have to support our own 100%. We have to go back to creating our own. And here's a message to my sisters out there. Why do you think, or why do you always believe that the Chinese or the Koreans could do nails better than you? Why do you think they could do your hair better than you? The only thing they have done is they went to school to learn to do your hair or your nails. So why do you think they do it better than you? I know a lot of sisters who do nails and they don't get the support that the Koreans or the Chinese get. Because you see, that self-hate, that's what it is. It's not that you think the Chinese or the Asians could do nails better than you. It is because of the self-hate. You don't want to see another sister do good. So you don't want to support her. Why can't 5 sisters learn to do nails and open up their spot? Okay? Go ahead, batter, and why can't you batter? I do your nails, you do my nails. It's that simple. That's how we used to do it back in the days. But every time I turn around, a Chinese nail salon is crowded. A Korean nail salon is crowded. Why? Why is that? Come on, man. We gotta do better than this. We have to. It starts within self-discipline. Sometimes we may have to go the extra mile to support our own. Well, let's do it. Because if we continue going down this path, it's going to take another 500 years to really get out of this situation. Stop being selfish. Stop thinking about yourself. What are you willing to pass on to the next generation? What? Somebody says we need to practice how to overpower man law with the divine laws of true creator as it is written. Of course. I mean, like I said, the natural law is common law. All right. It's the laws that was written within the hearts of man and woman. Okay. Will says, so Chief, there is no need to fill out the SF-181 or the UCC and many. No, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. That's not necessary. Those forms, if you read them properly, those forms are federal employees forms. Those forms are for federal employees. That's to keep them in check. Okay? Those paperwork are not for you. I'm certainly sure they could come in handy for certain situations, but to be who you are, you don't need to fill out their forms. It's not yours. You create your own document and you put the world on notice. It is that simple. Okay? It is that simple. If you know the how, then you do it. If you don't, then you get somebody who know how, you compensate them, okay, for their time, and they do it for you. That's it. All right? And the truth of the matter is, success will come from coming together. All right? When the rain falls, it doesn't fall on one man's house. What does that mean? It means that we have to come together, the righteous people, okay? Those who are pure in heart and mind. Those are the people that I want to work with. Those are the people that I want to vibe with, not people who speak with their mouths and it sounds good. They tell you what you want to hear, but in their hearts and their minds, they are saying something different. Okay? And there are a lot of people out there that look like us. That's why I say not everyone that looks like me is my brother or my sister. People have to earn that trust. They have to earn it. Okay? What are the steps to fight against the fictional bridge toll tickets? Well, for me, once again, everything is optional. All right? When you know the law, no state shall turn a right into a privilege and charge for it. As an American, original American, aka an American Indian, we traveled our land freely. There were no tolls. Okay? If we really take a stand, we will not pay any tolls, which I think we should take a stand, because that's fraud. Okay? It is fraud and racketeering. They are turning a right into a privilege and they are charging for constitutional. That is actually unlawful. And we have to hold those people accountable. But you see, not too many of us are willing to stand up because everybody's afraid. Oh, well, they might do this. They might do. Who's they? They cannot do anything to you because you know why? They work for you. They are called public servants. They are servants of the public. Who is the public? We are the public. So hence, if we are the public, they are the servants. What does that make us? That makes us the masters. So I'm certainly sure you have heard of the term when a king says or a queen says, my wish is your command. So therefore, if we are the masters, I am the king, you are the queen, you are the king. Therefore, our wish should be their command. But not too many of us are willing to step up and hold these people responsible because everybody's afraid. Afraid of what? I don't know. We are not supposed to be paying tolls. Again, that's fraud. That's unlawful. Now, they made it legal, but it's unlawful. And it says so within the Constitution, the amendment. Okay? The Supreme, well, the Supreme, one of the Supreme Court ruling, and the Supreme Court is the natural law of the land. Okay? It states very clearly that no state shall turn a right into a privilege and charge for it. And that includes driver's licenses, any type of license. That is a right that you have to travel your land. And that right shouldn't be infringed upon. But how many of you are willing to stand up for your right? If you don't stand up for what's right, you will fall for what's wrong. And too many people are scared, afraid of what? You are going to die physically anyway. What you don't realize is this: your life has already been pre-planned. So if tomorrow your physical body was supposed to go, it's going to go regardless. So if you're going to go out as a trooper. Go out standing up and fighting for your rights. Your creator given rights. This is the natural order. The creator, man and woman, was created in the likeness and the image of the creator. And then the creator gave us dominion over everything. So therefore, man created governments. So how if we created the government, that means the government is our creation. So how is that the creation is ruling the creator? You see, things are backwards because people are not thinking. They're not thinking. And you have these policy enforcers abusing your rights because you don't know your rights. And you cannot have rights as a black man or woman. You cannot have rights as an African American because that don't exist. So therefore, when they pull you into their jurisdiction, they're going to abuse you because you have no rights. You have privileges that can be taken away from you. But when you have rights, your rights should not be infringed upon. And anytime they trespass on your person or on your rights, they should be sued. I'm not talking about the department. No, sue that individual. Okay? Let's just say John Doe is a police officer. If John Doe does something to me while he or she is acting as a police officer, I am going to sue John Doe and not the police officer. I am going to sue the man or the woman. Let their pocket hurts. You see, people are doing things the wrong way. That is the problem. So they keep getting away with all the stuff that they're doing because nobody's holding them accountable. Nobody. When you guys going to have the black headbands again on the website? It's out of stock. Yes, we will be getting some soon. So I definitely will. Do once we restock. I'll do a video and let you guys know when they're available. All right. Thanks for asking. All right. And so yes, so that's what it's about. Okay, going back to what's organic. All right. Learning to support each other without interior motives. Okay. So what? You support a brother and a sister and they decide, you know what, I want to treat myself. Why are you going to hate on them because of that? Continue to support them. Okay. Less and less and less of us should walk into stores that don't belong to us. We should start practicing that. Every single week, you work on that. Let it become a habit. Let it become a habit that I am not going to support people who don't look like me because they don't support us. That is just a fact. And believe me, I'm open for free barter and trade. I'm cool with that. But when you are dealing with people who never support us, but we're always supporting them, what do you think is going to happen? We are always going to be on the decline while they're always on the rise. Remember, consumers get consumed every single time. You better recognize that. And the government wish us harm because they send these police officers out without proper training. Well, you see, the government is not out to cause anybody harm. We are the government. The only way for a government to exist is because the people created the government. However, the people have lost the knowledge and the know-how to let the government work for them. Okay, the police officer is your servant, and they know this. However, it's how you articulate yourself. Okay, how do you come across? Are you a black man? Are you an African American? Are you a citizen of the United States? Well, if you are, then you are subject to the jurisdiction. So they do what they do. So once again, once you are well learned, well studied, study to show thyself approved. Too many of you look at TV and basketball games and sports and, spending too much time on social media, gossiping, looking for drama, causing drama. Study. That's what it's about. Studying the right information and learning how to apply the information. Make it applicable so that it could change your lives. All right? Because the codes and statutes, they are just there. Actually, they are not there for us. They are there to keep them in check. However, people get caught up because they think it was there for them. No, it is there for the police officers so that they could stay in check. How many of y'all know that? Get the knowledge. Get that knowledge, all right? To live is to die. So spill your blood for your own and no one else. Absolutely. And like I tell people before, everybody running around want to be gangsters. But how can you be a gangster when you're destroying your people? And the people who are destroying your people, when they approach you, you put your tail between your legs. You could only pick. I'm not condoning picking up guns and going to kill people. I'm not condoning that. All right. But however, you want to pick up guns against your own people, but the people that's attacking you every single day, you can't defend yourself. You put your tail between your legs. But you're a gangster when it comes to your brother. You're a gangster when it comes to your sister, huh? Self-destruction. I tell you, self-destruction is a drug. It's a drug. And I know a lot of people that's out there smoking their lives away. 2 packs of cigarettes a day. But yet still, they are conscious. How could you be smoking 2 packs of cigarette a day and talking about you are woke, you are aware, you are conscious, and you over here killing yourself? Like seriously? Huh? And for a lot of men out there that's going around trying to prove that you're a man to your woman, Man, learn to check yourself, man. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Okay? People don't realize that in relationships, all right, people who are hurt and damaged will set you up to do things that's going to get you in trouble. And when you go to jail or you get killed, they will be out there messing with somebody else. But you want to prove you're a man to your woman. That's called stupidity. Okay? It's called stupidity. It is time that people start acting right. Okay? Start acting right. Stop killing yourself. Stop destroying yourselves. Okay? You going around talking about you love your brother and your sister, but you're destroying yourself. How could you love other people and you don't love yourself? That doesn't even make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. I don't know where they do that at. Okay? So, once again, it's not going to take a lot of us. It's not going to take a lot of us to make this thing happen. It's not going to take a lot of us to turn this thing around because the universe is working in our favor. Nature is working in our favor. The Most High is working in our favor. What do we have to lose? Nothing. We have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. So what are we afraid of? Get out of the shadows. Come into the light. Does smoking stop the connection to the ancestors? I cannot say it does because I'm certainly sure back in the days, we did smoke, rituals, okay, to honor the ancestors, but there was a way to intake the smoke. They had certain ways to do that, which I'm not sure. But for me personally, I don't smoke cigarettes, so I can't say. However, I don't smoke weed either. But if I could find some good herb, I would boil it and drink it as a tea. But I don't believe in smoking my temple. But that's just me though. I mean, I can't tell people what to do. Do you? But for me, I don't believe in smoking my temple out. All right. So that's where I'm at with it. However, if I find some good herb, and once again, brothers and sisters, you have to realize the language. It's all in the language. All right. In the allegorical Bible, God said in the Bible that God gave us herb for the healing of the nation. So now when you're in the streets talking about you smoking marijuana and you get caught smoking marijuana, you are going to go do time because you are smoking not the herb. You're not doing time for the herb. You are doing time for the patent of the word marijuana or weed. But you see, the Most High gave us herb for the healing of the nation. That's a different story. So I'm just saying, if I were an herb smoker and they caught me smoking herb and they say, well, you got marijuana, and they take me to court for smoking marijuana, all I'm going to tell the judge is, I don't know what marijuana is. As a matter of fact, I had a cousin named Marijuana and we don't get along. However, I was smoking herb, and that's not illegal. That's not a crime. That's not unlawful because you know what? The Creator gave me herb for the healing of the nation. But when you go around, you see, again, it's the language. When you're not studying, you playing a game you don't know how to play. So now oh yes, I didn't have a lot of herb. I didn't have a lot of marijuana. I didn't have a lot of weed. Well, those terms are patent. So they are holding you responsible for the patent, for smoking their patent words, not the herb. Because it is not illegal to smoke herb. It is not illegal to grow herb. However, it's illegal to grow marijuana and weed. If I was an herb smoker, I would dare any police to come in my yard and arrest me for growing herb. I want to know how he is going to win that case in court. Because I guarantee you, for touching my property, he's going to get sued. because I don't know what marijuana is. I don't know what weed is, but I know what herb is because the Creator gave it to us for the healing of the nation. So it's all in the language. Stop playing a game you don't know how to play. And that's all I'm going to say. I try saying I got herb. Guess what? I still got locked up. Well, you saying is one thing. You have to be able to articulate yourself. All right. You have to be able to know how to let your paperwork precede you before you go before the court. I don't go into court. No. When you go in court, they have jurisdiction over you. I go before the court. Okay? There's a difference. You have to learn to play the game before you play the game. Okay? You have to know your rights. You have to know your rights. Once again, study to show thyself approved. They know the law. They know the truth. But when you step in there, you may have stepped in, you know, and I'm referring to, you know, I am free man. You said you got locked up when you said you had herb, but maybe you went in there as a citizen. Maybe you went in there as a black man and an African American. When you went to court and they say, hey, put up your hand and swear. Maybe you swear that was you. So right there, they had you. That's how they got you, because they put you in the jurisdiction. And now, regardless of what you said, you were still their property. So, like I said, you have to get your affairs in order and study, know what it means, know how to articulate those things. Oh, well, oh, you said you was a Choctaw. All right, well, again, your paperwork, all right? You could have said you were a Choctaw, but when you went to swear, remember, when you go, you may go in court and they tell you, well, the name. Okay, let's just say John Doe. And you say, John Doe, your address, maybe your social. They got you. They got you. You know what I mean? They got you. That's what it is. So everything have to be on point. You don't go in there and say that's you. No, you have to know how to articulate that. So now once they don't have no jurisdiction over you, then they cannot indict you. Okay, they cannot, because again, the only time a law is broken is when somebody is harmed or you have damaged somebody's property. And even with that, within law, common law, there must be a remedy. So there's no way if you had went to court and you knew exactly what to say and do, they would have sent you to jail. Okay, so again, you have to study. You have to study. You know, do a lot of studying on common law. Our website is in the link below. Go on the website. You will go to the law section, and you will see a lot of videos on common law. We got someone that will lead you to other videos, step by step, how to deal with this legal system, how to beat them every time, because what they're doing is unlawful. It's legal, but it's unlawful. Those are two different things. Two different things. All right? Two different things. All righty, so it's what, 12:34. I'm going to take a few more questions. Oh, no problem. You're welcome. I'm going to take a few more questions before, you know, shut this down. Like I said, I just wanted to come build, you know, with you guys for a minute because I haven't done that in a while. Really, really busy, man, putting in a lot of work, and just looking to build with some righteous brothers and sisters, man. That's it. You know, I'm tired of dealing with people that are not real, people who are fake. I'm just so tired of that. We've been dealing with that for too long, for so long. And I refuse to believe that there are no righteous brothers and sisters. I'm not going to believe that. But damn, like, where are the righteous people at? Where are the people who are true to what they say? Who are serious about not hurting a brother or a sister, serious about working together, having the true definition of I'm my brothers and my sisters' keeper. Where are those people at? Those are the people that I want to deal with and build with. Well, the feathers mean a lot of things. Feathers go a long way in our culture. And when I say our culture, I mean, original Americans, aka American Indians. Okay, feathers could be spiritual. When you see different feathers, they mean different things. If you find a black feather, it probably means that the ancestors are looking over you or they're watching you. Feathers was just symbolic for us. All right, feathers represent heaven, flight. So we have always worn our feathers, and that's how the world have always recognized us. All right, so that's definitely a statement. Wherever I go and they see the feathers, they know automatically, hey, you're American Indian. So I represent every single time. But you could go look at the spiritual meaning on Google on feathers, and you will get some information on that. All right. So I hope this video is a little bit helpful. I encourage you guys to learn to support each other more. Okay, you find little groups, amongst yourselves. All right, and open up little businesses. Become entrepreneurs. All right, become entrepreneurs. Support each other. That's how we are going to make this thing happen. Every other ethnic group does it. So please, please support each other. All right. Peace, Chief, and the Aborigines in the chat. Peace, peace, peace. All right. Peace and love. Peace and love. All right. So I'll probably just, like I said, take a few more questions and get out of here, get some rest. It's been a long day. I've been doing paperwork all day. All right. Getting our nation members, secure. All right. And I love our nation members, man. I make sure that they're always good. All right. Is there a way to pursue claims for a holding corporation liable for damages? Of course. Of course. What I would suggest is it depends on the claim. It depends on what you're claiming. If you're going after a man or a woman, you go after the man or the woman that owned the company or that owned the corporation. Go after them personally, hold them liable. And then they will start answering some questions. Because when you go after a company, it's a little tough or a little harder to go against a company. But when you go against the man or woman that runs that company, they are the ones pushing the buttons, then it's easier to hold them liable. Let them answer some questions and they will start spilling, the beans, who, is really hurting you or harming you, and then you could put in your claim. So yes, there are ways to pursue companies to hold them liable or corporations to hold them liable for wrongs or injustices. What does the purple feather means? I have no idea what the purple feather means. However, I know the color purple, it stands for royalty. Okay, it's a very spiritual color. All right, so you can look into that. If you do find some information, please share it. What do you know about the land reform in America for Indians? Well, what I know about the land reform is that they took a lot of our lands, the majority of our lands, because I don't have what belongs to me. And trust me, I am stepping up to claim what's mine. So during the Reformation Act, they took a lot of our land, hold it in trust, and they have given it to natives who know who we are, but they are reaping the benefits. So we have to step up. We have to step up and claim what's ours. All right. Studying a couple of these laws, you learn how easy it is not to get caught up in their game. Yes, that's right. That's right. Study to show thyself approved. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right. It says, yes, well, one of the reasons why they call us Indigo is because we had a plant called Indigo that produced a dye, a very expensive, a high rich dye, like jellyfish said. So that color purple is very, very symbolic. As a matter of fact, on our nation's seal, we do have some indigo on there because that's a plant that was one of the main exports for our ancestors right here on the American continent. All right. Gonna take a couple more questions, and I'm gonna close this out. Just want you guys to know that I appreciate your time, appreciate your energy. Thank you for tuning in. I will be getting back into doing the live videos, doing the classes, doing the lectures. And for anybody who's ready again to get their affairs in order, all right, set up a consultation and send me an email, set up a consultation so we could, figure out what's the best approach for you to get your affairs in order. Do you think about the chapter? What do you think about the chapter freed men? Well, freed men on a whole, whether it may have been Choctaw, Cherokee, whatever, was just a term, not necessarily because people were slaves. It is because people knew how to maneuver themselves and free themselves from the system. So that term freedman was applied. Okay, not just because you were a slave, but because you understood the system. All right, you detached yourself from the system. You regained your status, so to speak. All right, that was also used for the term freedman. Hey brother, I really appreciate you and your videos. Was marathoning videos today. I appreciate that, Malet Adamu. Thank you very much. Thank you. Most gratitude. Thank you. Oh, anytime, Pamela. Anytime. I mean, like I said, I love what I do. I do this for real. And I'm always, I could, one thing I tell people, I'm only going to hold myself responsible. And I take that very seriously. I am only responsible for myself. So I know I have to hold myself accountable. So when I say I'm about this for real, I let my actions speak for itself. I just don't talk about it. I am about it. You get to see what I look like. You get to talk to me on the phone. You get emails. Even when I was in Pennsylvania, I tell people, come visit, because I am real about that. How many people do you know that does that? So the truth of the matter is people know the real when they see the real. You know what I mean? And that's all I just want to be. Just be real. That's all I could be. It's just too many fake people out there for me to spend too much energy trying to be another fake dude. I ain't got time for that. I don't want to take my energy and be that type of individual. All right. So I just want to be one of the ones that's doing the right thing because I am only responsible for me. So I am going to hold myself accountable. All right. What are your thoughts on sky people? That is widespread belief in your culture. Is it not? Sky people, that term, I'm not sure if I've heard that term. If it's in our culture or not, I may have to look into that. I know they called us so many different things. We had the moon. I do know we had a band of people or a tribe of people that were called the moon people, okay, because they literally moved at night and they could see at night very, very clearly. And they couldn't see during the day, but they could see during the night. I know about that. As far as the sky people, I'm not too sure about that. So I apologize. I can't give you too much information on that. Get back on the street and teach again. Oh, yes, I am definitely going to hit the streets again, hitting up the people, man, and talking to the people and getting this thing and taking it to another level. Absolutely. Getting ready to do that again. All right, that's great, man. I'm happy. I am freed, man. I answered all your question. If you can't think of a question again, that means I'm doing a great job. So thank you. I appreciate that. I'm referring to the people coming from the stars. Well, the truth of the matter is we all came from stars. You know what I mean? Stars are the people. Stars are truly the people. So, that's why they have stars in Hollywood and, everybody's trying to be a star, not realizing that we all came from stars. We all came from stars, so we are stars. All right. You just have to wake up and be aware that you are a star, all right, in your own rights. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. All right. So once again, I'm about to it's 12:45. I'm gonna do a few more minutes and then I'm gonna get out of here. All right, getting a little tired. I've had a long day. Like I said, I've been doing paperwork for at least 10 hours straight. I just took 2 breaks, one to eat, and I just rested for like about 5 minutes, and I opened my eyes again and went back to it. So yeah, I'm a little exhausted, but I wanted to do a live. I felt in my spirit that, you know, it was time to do a live because I hadn't done one, you know, in a while, you know, but it was time. So here I am. And I decided that, you know what, why not do a Q&A? You know, get back in tune with the people, you know? And so I appreciate you guys. And like I said, you know, I only want to gravitate. Well, for me, my energy is always going to be positive. But the only energy I want to attract to me is positive people, okay? Righteous people, people who have good intentions, a pure heart. That's what I'm putting out there in the universe that I'm attracting to myself, all right? I only want to build. I am not here to tear down. I'm not here to break down. I'm not here to gossip. I'm not here. No, I ain't got time for all that, all right? I don't have time for that. There's too much work to be done. And I heard that you know, Lex Vortex is doing a lot of great work. So I appreciate you for that. You know, thank you for, you know, what you're doing. You know, one of our nation members mentioned that you do great work. So thank you. I appreciate that. All right. And everybody else who's doing great work out there, thank you for being true to this, you know, awakening, you know, teaching the people. I thank you for that as well. Any suggestions on information about our deeper spiritual knowledge, not watered down by the colonizers? Yes, for me, it's very simple. Like take for instance, last night I did an offering. I burnt some, you know, some sage and some other, you know, herbs, you know, and I meditated, giving thanks to the ancestors, you know, opening up to the universe and, you know, just really talking to the Most High. So that's to me is the best way of getting back into your spirituality, you know, going within, learning to communicate with the higher power. That is the best way to me. You know, there should be no mediator between you and the Most High. That's why that whole concept of saying that the only way to get to the Most High is through the Son is a, you know, the you know, Jesus to me is a bunch of BS, because why would I need a mediator to get to me and my Creator? I don't need that. I need to go to myself, a direct connection. I have that. I don't need nobody else. So I did a burnt offering last night, and it was beautiful. I felt really good. So that's one of the ways, you know, to get back into your spirituality. All right. Hey, I know people write their dossiers differently than other people, but could you give me 2 examples of different dossiers written differently? I have no idea. Like I said, you know, your dossier is really information about yourself. You know, in terms of style, I don't know if there's a particular style or if there's 2 ways. There may be many ways, but it's really about you telling the world who you are. Okay, that's what in essence it really is. And you know, that's what it is. I mean, I can't even make it any less simpler. All right. So that's what that's what it is. A dossier is compiled information about yourself. Who knows you better than yourself but you? So you're putting that information in there, and then you're putting it to the world, putting them on notice. All right. And my style is different, you know, but like I said, that's a service that I provide. So for people who are looking to get their affairs in order, my email is in the link below. Set up a consultation and let's get you started. All right. The Bible represents the sun cycles. Yes, some of the information in there do represent the sun. Okay. Others is symbolic for the man and the woman. All right. Others is symbolic for the laws. All right. The laws that we are being governed by. We are being governed by ecclesiastic laws. All right. You go read Leviticus. You go read, you know, you will realize that a lot of those laws, they came from the Bible. All right. That's why it's Judaism. it's a judicial or judicial system. It all came from the Bible. So those are called ecclesiastic laws. So once you have mastered that, you will be able to navigate your way through the legal system and beat them every single time. You will be able to do that. All right. Are there examples of dossier that people can look up? Not that I know of. Like I said, I can't say what an example of a dossier is. I don't. It's a particular style or different styles. It depends on what you want to say about yourself. All right, that's the best thing I could say. It's what you want to say about yourself. I haven't. Again, I don't know. You know what if there's a particular style. It's like writing a letter. Okay, about me. I'm telling somebody about me. Now, what's the style of writing a letter? I don't know. Maybe dear John, dear whoever, but literally when you're writing your dossier, like I said, it's just information about yourself, about your lineage, who you think you are or who you know you are. For me, when I do mine, I write my dossier and then I do a list of what I call an exhibit, you know what I mean, which I don't put in the body of my dossier. So I do things a little bit different. So I can't say for people's styles or whatever whatever it is. I just know what I do. You know what I mean? All right, guys. I did say 5 more minutes, but we could do. I could say we could do 8 more minutes. Let's end at 1 o'clock. GoFundMe. You did dossier for people. King of GoFundMe. I don't know who's king of GoFundMe. Obviously, yeah, obviously, one of the trolls, the haters. I mean, y'all always gonna come and hate, but you know what? Y'all could continue to hate. So y'all know y'all can't stop anything. I already know who you are. You can't stop anything positive. You can't. You are just a hater, and you'll continue to hate. And guess what? You're gonna suffocate from your hating. I already know who you are. And like I told you before, you can't touch me. Y'all could just talk. That's all it is. That's all it is. Y'all could just talk. I already know who you are. But y'all could continue to hate, though. Continue to hate. Continue to hate. Continue to hate. But y'all can't stop it, though. Y'all, I told y'all before, y'all can't stop what's righteous. Y'all can't. You were at on your little land, your little spot where you were at, you better stay where you were at. Stay where you at, because I know who you are. Don't think I don't know. Like I told y'all, y'all ain't too hard to find because y'all come out with your emotions. Okay? Y'all wear your emotions on y'all sleeves. All right? So I know where you at. I know who you are. That's one thing. And again, a lot of y'all like to call, talk about your aborigines, y'all American Indians. But let me tell y'all something about a true American Indian. A true American Indian. Go read a book that's on our nation's website. Okay? Go read a book that's on our nation's website. It's called the Mannerisms and Customs of the North American Indian. You see, our people, we don't backbite each other. We don't talk about each other. We don't hate on each other. True American Indians don't do that. That's why I know y'all are fake and frauds. Okay? But like I said, y'all could never stop me. Never. Y'all could talk as much as you want, but as long as you don't touch me, that's that. Because guess what? I am not a United States citizen. I am not black. I'm not African American. I am a man, and I have a right to defend myself, and I will defend myself. But you could talk as much as you want. As long as you don't touch me or bring no harm to me, I'm good. Because I keep telling y'all, don't think I'm a punk. I just like peace. All right. I love peace, but I'm not going to allow you to throw me off because this is for the people right now. So I'm going to keep it 100. I'm going to keep it 100. All right. So with that being said, we're going to do like about 5 more minutes. And once again, man, there's always negative energies that want to infiltrate. Always negative energies. Negropeans. That's right. Negropeans. I know that. And I know exactly who they are. They can't sleep because they're always worried about Chief Kalinago. They always got me on their mind. And it's dudes too. Dudes. And I'm wondering, like, why would dudes be jealous of dudes? Why would you envy a dude? Like, why? If you don't like a dude, just let him be. But why do you always come on my videos? I know who you are, a few of y'all. Why do you come on my videos? You know what I'm saying? Like, just leave me alone. I don't talk to you. I don't bother you. But you jealous, you envious. Why? Do you like dudes, man? I don't like dudes, bro. I don't go that way. I don't play that. I'm strictly about the ladies, bro. Strictly about the ladies. Always been. So that's why I'm not jealous of dudes. I don't watch dudes. I don't do that. But y'all dudes fantasize about me. You dream about me. Why is that? Man, that's disgusting, man. That's disgusting. Wow. Man. I mean, it's all good. It's all good, fam. Like I said, a lot of times people will come and try to throw you off of your element. And that's what those energies do. It's men gossiping about men, men romanticizing about men. Man, listen, that's scary, bro. That's scary. And the truth of the matter is, you got a woman in your house and you over here fantasizing about me. Man, that's deep. Your woman better watch out because I think you might have to end up in Hollywood and wear one of them skirts. He says, during meditation, I don't understand the strong rolling vibration inside my body. Any suggestions on where to learn more about that? I am very spiritual. I mean, we are all very spiritual. We are all spiritual. It's just that a lot of us or different people are in tune more with the positive aspect of this spirituality. So a lot of times when you're meditating, for me, for instance, right, when I'm meditating and I'm getting a download or I'm getting some information, my pineal gland, it pulsates. Okay, I just allow it to be. So my advice for you with that rolling vibration, try to relax yourself and don't be afraid. Try to embrace it. You know what I mean? He says, the great need hate, that was funny, shots fired. You already know, right? But when you feel those feelings and those vibrations, embrace it. As long as you feel it's a positive energy, embrace it because everything moves through vibrations. Okay, so it may be a download that you're getting and you might be nervous, you might be afraid, and you don't know how to embrace it. All right, but go with your feeling. Okay, once again, ask for protection from the Most High, ask for protection from the ancestors. Okay, and I think you'll be all right. I think you'll be all right. You know? Yeah, man. But these dudes, they're funny, man. Yeah, they're really funny. They are really, really funny. Like, you have a woman in your house, okay? And you constantly worried about Chief Kalinago. Why is that, man? Like, why? Yo, let me tell you something. I am a real man. I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? Bruh, I only love women, bruh. I don't look at men. I don't vibe with men like that, bruh. All right? So stay in your corner, man. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. All right? So, yeah, so I think we're going to do another minute or so, and then we're about to get out of here. And peace to all the haters. Y'all continue to hate. Y'all can't stop nothing. Period. Y'all already know that. So go on with your lives, man. Do you. I don't bother y'all. I don't pay attention. Y'all don't exist to me. Y'all don't exist to me. And I'm going to reiterate again. Any of y'all that was part of our nation, whether you left the nation or you got expelled of the nation, out of the nation, you use our nation's ID, you will get arrested, because the authorities have been put on notice of all the people who are not part of our nation, and they shouldn't be using our ID. So just so y'all know, y'all will get arrested. So keep playing with Chief Kalinago. Keep playing. Y'all gonna learn the hard way. All right. So once again, yes, it is time to get our affairs in order so we could step up and do what we have to do. That's right. Haters bring views. Absolutely. I like that. Jellyfish. I'm 777. I like that. All right. It is time to get our affairs in order so that we could step up. All right. And reclaim what's ours. Get our affairs in order. It is time. Okay. It is time. Like I told y'all before, y'all gonna learn. Y'all gonna learn. Y'all think I'm playing? Yes. But anyway, I'm gonna end this on a high note. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your night. Get some rest. Don't be afraid of meditation. I know a lot of people are scared to meditate. They are afraid of meditation. So don't be afraid, man. It's just sometimes you just have to take the time and connect. At first, it may seem like you're not experiencing anything, but after a while, the more you take your time and just allow yourself to be, the more you will get information. All right, the more you will get information. At first, I'm gonna be honest, like when I really started getting deep into meditation, it was boring at first. I used to fall asleep. For one, I used to fall asleep, and then it seemed like nothing was happening. And then after a while, I started getting results. I started getting results. So most of the times I would do a meditation and then I would go to sleep. All right. And get the information, let it manifest through my sleep. So that's one of the techniques that I do. Like before I go to bed, I would focus on something, close my eyes, meditate on it, and then ask the universe to give it to me, while I go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Let something manifest. So that helps me a lot as well. All right. Well, definitely, I am going to take care. I am not going to be less. I'm always going to be more. And, blissful thoughts. And I would say blissful instead. I'm going to have blissful dreams. I look into meditation. I worry about possession. Well, again, with meditation, as long as you're in control and you trust, the positive energies that you're inviting into your thoughts, then you should be okay. You will be on the right track. So it's a beautiful thing. But once again, take care of yourselves. Learn to love yourselves. Learn to love yourself first. Okay. And then that may allow you to love others. All right. So be good to each other. Until then, I guess we will be talking soon. All right. Continue to rise, continue to vibe high, continue to move with the positive energy, a positive frequency. All right. So I'm about to end this video. Thank you so much for your time. And I will be talking to you guys really soon. All right. I enjoyed this live video. Thank you for your energy. Peace and love to each and every one of you. Have a great night. All the information is in the link below. Peace, love, harmony, and light.